Hey fam, so welcome back to my channel. I haven't posted here in a very long time. Obviously, I don't need to remind anybody that 2020 has been a crazy year. A lot of things going on, a lot of which are extremely sad. So I just needed to take a break, and I also didn't want to be tone deaf to like a lot of the things that were going on in the world. So I took a step back and kind of did my own thing. But now I'm back and I'm super excited to be creating content again on a regular basis. If you haven't read my latest blog post, I have officially quit my job and started full-time travel. So I am a nomad now, and my first stop is Mexico, and that's where I am now. I've been here for a few days and I'm loving it so far. So I wanted to share a little bit about the direction of this channel and my blog going forward. What I want to do now is, instead of focusing just on travel, I will now focus on travel, lifestyle, and minimalism. So a little bit about the minimalism piece. If you know me, you probably know that a few months ago I wasn't a minimalist. That is something that is very new to me. Once I decided that I wanted to travel full time, I knew having a ton of belongings just wasn't sustainable for me. I also realized that it was stressful having so much stuff and I never used it. I remember when I moved from Connecticut to Manhattan, and then from Manhattan to Brooklyn, I'm looking at stuff in my Brooklyn apartment like, I have had this in a box in the back of my closet since Connecticut. Why have I had this at my last 3 apartments over the course of the past 5 years? It just made no sense at all, and I hate traveling with a lot of things. So I knew I wanted to have just a backpack and a personal item, so I needed to figure out a way to get my life pretty much into a backpack and a personal item. So what I did was I donated pretty much all of my clothes, sold a few things, sold my furniture, got rid of everything, gave stuff away until I basically had nothing left but a few of my sentimental pieces that I want to keep forever. I have some one-of-a-kind handmade souvenirs that I've gotten from travels in the past. I have my diplomas for my degrees, and I have like teddy bears and stuff like that from my childhood that I never want to get rid of. So those few things I took back home to North Carolina, where I'm from, and my parents have those in safekeeping. But as far as everything else, I'm down to just a backpack and a personal item for the things that I live with on a daily basis until I eventually settle down and I can incorporate those sentimental pieces into my future apartment. A couple of reasons why I chose to switch to minimalism is, number one, for so long I thought that I was just incapable of keeping everything super neat. And I realized that in other areas of my life, I'm extremely organized. Like, I've planned huge group trips with a ton of my friends, and I manage everything from beginning to end. My friends are literally like, where are we going next? What time is our flight? And I have everything organized super neatly, and I'm able to keep up with that type of stuff. But when it came to clothes, I just could not keep my room the way I wanted it to look. And I realized it's not because I'm incapable of that, it's because I have so much stuff. It is absolutely overwhelming and it's unnecessary. I started looking through my closet and almost getting anxiety, realizing how much money I wasted. I'm looking in the back of my closet at things that I bought 3 years ago that I never wore, or something that I wore once. And one of the problems too is when I started traveling, I would get super inspired by the destination. So if I was planning a trip to a tropical location, my thought was, oh, I need cute dresses for this trip. I need a cute summer dress that would look really good on this beach. Or I'm going to Paris, I need like a really cute Parisian looking outfit. And yeah, that was like cool for like 2 seconds, but I never wore those outfits again. So it was cool to wear them there once and maybe again on another trip, but I was getting all of these random statement pieces that, you know, weren't extremely good quality, you know, fast fashion, and I was wasting so much money, number one, on things I didn't need and I rarely used, and then on top of that, I just accumulated so much stuff and it became extremely stressful. since I've gotten rid of pretty much everything, what I did was start over completely with my wardrobe. Nothing that I have now is from my previous wardrobe. What I did was create a capsule wardrobe, which I will talk about in another video, and I really look forward to sharing my wardrobe with you guys. But the gist of it was I wanted to get pieces that were pretty simple and were able to mix and match with each other. So I think, if I can remember correctly, as far as like my base wardrobe, not counting underwear and not counting, you know, the few workout clothes I have, I think I have like 23 pieces. That includes pants, dresses, shirts, tanks, all of that. And that's perfect for me. You know, it fits in a backpack. I was able to carry it on the plane. And yes, there are people who, you know, live their life even more minimal than I do, but you know, I'm not here to pretend that I'm an extreme minimalist or the most minimal person in the world, because I know that you can always go further. But this is a significant improvement in my life for me, and it makes sense for what I'm doing. So I'm extremely happy and super excited. The other reason I wanted to minimize everything that I own and become a minimalist is I hate checking bags when I travel. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. I only do it when I absolutely have to, and that's been a handful of times. But I knew I didn't want to carry around multiple giant suitcases and just keep up with all of that stuff, nor did I want to have to pay to check a bag every single time I get on a plane. So for me, I was like, I need to figure out a way to get everything down into one backpack and put my like electronics in a personal item, since they're more fragile. But other than that, I don't need anything else. So it was a no-brainer for me. Ever since cutting down on the things that I own, I already just feel so much less stress. It's so much easier to keep up with my things. It's easier to clean. It's less expensive. I'm buying things with intention instead of buying things based on impulse. And I'm really loving that. I'm loving the discipline that I'm showing now. I've had so many times where people have tried to tempt me, like, hey, like, I'm gonna go buy this. Like, you should look in this section, look and see what's on clearance. I'm like, I don't need anything. And they're like, well, you know, there might be some good sales. And I'm like, I don't need anything. And that's something that I definitely would not have done in the past. And I'm just excited to have everything that I own serve a purpose and not just have a room full of stuff for the sake of having stuff. And it enables me to live the life that I want to live, that I'm now living. And it's so much more comfortable. So like I said, I'm going to share so much more about my minimalist journey in a few other videos, but this is just an intro to kind of let you guys know where this all came from and the future of this channel, as well as my blog. If you want to read my full blog post about me quitting my job and traveling the world full time, I'm going to put it in the link below. And definitely subscribe, because there's going to be so much more content on this channel, and I think there will be a little bit for everyone. So thanks for watching.